Tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham. So Krishna is saying that those who worship me with devotion, meditating on my transcendental form, for such a person, I carry what they lack and preserve what they have. So he will give them what they lack and he will preserve what they have. So what he's meaning is that now, those who are not looking for desires, the moment you stand in front of Krishna and you ask for this and that, you should immediately understand that you have material desires. So you should be able to be a steadfast devotee. Such a person is unable to live even without a moment of Krishna consciousness. He will undoubtedly he will approach Krishna without difficulty. He'll just be able to think of Krishna easily. Such a person is said to be in yoga. And by the mercy of the Lord, such a devotee will not come back to this material condition, which we don't know is actually a jail. Our soul is trapped in the jail of the body, which is giving us so many dukkhas. We just look at the parts which are happy and we think that, oh, I want that happiness, I want happiness, but that is temporary. Kshema is called the protection of God. That God says, I will give you Kshema. Okay, I'm going to protect you. The Lord helps the devotees to achieve Krishna consciousness because you're in yoga, and he will protect him from falling down to a miserable condition of life. He promises that. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna promises that if you are able to overcome your desire for material pleasures, overcome your desire to think that this is mine, that is mine, and instead you're able to think that it's all Krishna's, then what will Krishna do? He will protect us and he will preserve what we have and he will save us from falling down to a miserable condition. You won't have to have a miserable condition again. So, Maithili, can you read this 9.23, this one? It's a bit tough, but still try.
Ma'am, the persons.
No, read from persons who are engaged. Yeah.
Persons who are engaged in the worship and devote
Of demigods
are not very intelligent, although of such worship is often is made ignorantly. Krishna offer to me indirectly. Krishna says, for example, when a man pours water on the leaves and branches of a tree without pouring water on the root, he does so without sufficient knowledge or without observing regular principles. The officer and directors of engaged as representatives
of the government
of government
and to offer
and offer some bribe to the offers as directly illegal and of this is started here as
avidhi
purvakam. In other words, Krishna does not approve unnecessary worship to the demigods.
So this is a very big secret, Maithili. What you just now read is very, very important thing. Here, Krishna is saying that going on asking, I want this, I want that, I want this to all the different demigods. Demigods means all those different gods that we pray to. In Hinduism, we have so many different gods, right? It's not that you shouldn't pray, you respect them, but if you keep on asking them, it is as if you're giving bribe to the officers and directors in a government. Instead of getting things directly from God Himself, we are saying, you give me this, you give me that. Whereas Krishna is the one who knows what we really deserve, right? What is good for us. And even though we are praying to different gods and those different gods give us different things, for example, we had Ravana prayed that give me this, Hiranyakashipu prayed and make me, nobody should be able to kill me. So these different kinds of prayers, they get blessed Brahma will bless them, different gods will give them different boons. Lord Shiva will give different boons, but actually all of them cannot give without the mercy of Krishna, because he is the one who's the ultimate person who's giving everything. And so in this verse, Krishna is saying that when you're asking different things from different gods, you act without realizing that Krishna is the one who has to approve everything. That is, the Supreme Lord is the one who, there's only one God. Okay, so there's a mistake. What happens? People think that all these gods are all gods. Actually, if you say Lord, Supreme Personality of Godhead in Gita, Krishna is explaining. What happens is many people don't read the Gita properly, so they don't understand. There is one Supreme Personality of Godhead. Even in Hinduism, there's actually only one Supreme Personality of Godhead. All the others are doing their different administrative duties to run this material world. So when we pray to them, it's fine as long as we remember that Krishna is the one who is giving everything, right? If you're only pleasing the other gods, you're doing it avedhi purvakam. In Gita, Krishna is saying that it is illegal, it is like giving bribe. You're doing it avedhi, it's not correct. So he's saying that it's not necessary. It's like, suppose you have a plant and you want it to grow. You'll water only the leaves. Will the plant grow? Put water only for the flower. Will the plant grow? Will it grow, Misha? You have to water the root, right, Misha? Yeah. So Misha, Maithili, Ritika, so three of you, I want you to understand that the root which you are watering in a plant, that is like offering your prayers ultimately to the one God, okay? So we pray to the different gods, we respect them because they're all working for Krishna and we respect them. But ultimately, we should understand that Krishna is the one who will give us what is really good for us, and we need not have any material desires because Krishna is calling us back to Him. He doesn't want us to keep on being here. Krishna says that I am the enjoyer. Whatever sacrifice or pujas you do, actually, Krishna is only the ultimate enjoyer. And those who do not recognize, they have to fall down. They have to be born again. Okay, they will come down here. And so, what are the different ways of worship? This is, I just put this slide for you to remember that how do you become a bhakta of Krishna? By having faith in Krishna, by having association with other devotees. When you see a devotee, try to have association with them. When you perform any devotional practice like simply chanting, when you decrease all your unwanted attachments, when you are steady, when you have a taste for the bhakti, then you develop attachment, that is asakti, and then you develop love, and finally prema is a pure love which you will develop. It's not at all easy. It has to go by steps and it takes time. So we are coming to an end of the chapter. Here Krishna says that those who worship the different demigods, it's fine. They will be take birth among the demigods, they will enjoy higher sensual pleasures, but they have to come back to the earth. Those who worship ghosts and spirits, there are some people, they worship different ghosts and spirits. They go in the midnight and they worship the ghosts and spirits and all that. They will take birth with such kind of beings. Those who worship their ancestors, they go to the ancestors. There's a land for all such, ancestors. Those who worship Krishna will be ultimately going back to Krishna, which is a spiritual world. The rest of them are material. And how to worship Krishna says, Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam. Give me a leaf, Patram, Pushpam, just give me a flower. Phalam, in your house, if you have a fruit, just keep it in front of Krishna. Phalam, Toyam, water. Just put these simple things and then you have them, you offer them to Krishna with bhakti and with love. How you should offer them? With bhakti and love. And then he says that whatever you do, whatever you eat, you just keep on offering to Krishna in your mind, and that is the ultimate secret of getting free from this material world, which is actually the aim of all of us. And finally, Krishna says that in this way you will be freed from bondage to work, and it's auspicious, inauspicious results. If you're doing work, there will be good results, bad results. You'll be free from all that if you fix your mind on Krishna. And that is the principle of renunciation. 9.28, Krishna is teaching us how to be detached like him. We become detached from this material world. And he says that Krishna envies, actually Krishna loves everyone. So if we truly love Krishna, we also will be able to see everyone equally. We will not have any feeling of enmity or special love or attachment, special enmity towards somebody, we won't have such feelings. How is Krishna equal to all, but he is partial to his devotees? Because towards a devotee, he will give back that transcendental love. All right. So, since it's almost time, I'm coming to this last verse. It's 9.31 is the last verse, I think. 34 is the last verse. So in 30, Krishna is saying that I have already told you this one, I think so. Even if somebody, when he's a devotee, he makes a big mistake, even if he does that, Krishna will forgive him because he is correctly situated. He knows that Krishna is a God. So Krishna will forgive accidental faults just like a loving and patient mother. If somebody is trying for Krishna and then he does some sin on the way, he forgot for some time and he did some big mistake, Krishna will say it's okay. When you're in the beginning stage of devotion, you will fall, you might forget, you might make a blunder. But Krishna will immediately come and help you and take you back. He will, he has so much of love and care. And here we see that this is, you can see Narsimha Avatar in this picture. In this shloka, Krishna is telling Arjuna, you can declare to the world. Why does he say Krishna? Arjuna tells Krishna, you declare to the world that one who will come to me will never fall ever. He says that he will quickly get lasting peace and he will get righteousness, and such a devotee will never perish. He says, oh Arjuna, you declare. Why do you think Krishna says that? So since you all haven't read Mahabharata much, you will know about a story where Bhishma, he makes Krishna break his promise that he will not take the weapon in the Mahabharata war. Krishna promised, I will not take the weapon. But because he wanted to fulfill Bhishma, who is a devotee of Krishna, his thing that I will make Krishna take the weapon, he actually takes the weapon for a while, and Arjuna comes and holds him back. So that story tells us that Krishna will always respect the word of his devotee. His devotee is very important for him. So he is saying, Arjuna, you declare to the world that if someone takes my shelter, he will never perish. So he wants Arjuna to declare because he knows that when the devotee says something, that is even more powerful than when Krishna himself is saying. So here's the answer. When a devotee declares something, Krishna will keep the word. That's in many stories we come to know. So he says finally, children, I want you to learn this shloka also. Manmana bhava mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru. This comes in the last chapter 18 again, but the last two lines are a little different. Mame vaishyasi yuktevam atmanam mad parayana. Krishna says that engage your mind always in thinking of me. Offer your obeisances, worship me, be completely absorbed in me, and surely you will come to me, which will free you from all the pains of this material world. Did you enjoy this chapter? Nisha, Maithili, and Ritika, did you like it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'm glad you enjoyed and understood this chapter, and I hope that it will, make all three of you better devotees of Krishna, and you'll be able to have more focus in everything you do. You'll have love in everything you do. You'll be able to be in harmony with everyone. You won't feel enmity towards anyone. So, as you understand the Gita, you become a more peaceful, calm, and loving person. Okay. So, okay, take care, children. If you have any doubts, yes, Ritika, the quiz I haven't made because chapter 9 quiz you all had finished. Next class, I'll put a quiz if it's about the quiz. Yes, Ritika?
Ma'am, I was asking.
Yes. You're muted, Ritika. I can't hear you.
Ma'am, I was asking, like you said, whenever we worship Krishna, and suppose we are so good at worshiping that we leave this material world and we go to Krishna loop and we have to never come back.
Yes.
So, ma'am, like if everyone does this in the whole world, every living entity after taking birth as human forms goes into the Krishna loop, then there be a time where there will be no one on this earth?
There will be no one in this whole universe. All of them have gone to Krishna Loka. Yes, probably
Yes.
there will be. These are all things which only God knows, because this is not just one universe, Ritika. When you look into the space, it's actually so big. How big this whole Milky Way is, what our scriptures tell us is there are millions of such universes. millions. And Krishna is going on here and there. He keeps on appearing in different universes, and this Krishna Leela and this kind of things, transcendental things are happening here and there. And there are people going back, so of course, probably Krishna has planned a time when everyone will go back. In fact, there are pure devotees who even pray to God. Oh, they don't want anyone to miss out, in leaving this painful body, and they want everyone to get, be with Krishna. So they actually pray that, oh God, let me take the sins of the whole universe and let everybody go back. So we even have people like that. So there, we want, Krishna wants everyone to come back, but exactly what is the process and all these things, how these things happen, only really Krishna knows, Ritika. But it's a beautiful thought to imagine that eventually the whole, all the universes, everybody will go to Krishna Loka, and they will become, achieve their true form, that of their spirit soul. So yes, that's a beautiful thought and quite a possibility also. Very nice, Ritika. The depth of how much you think, no, it's beautiful. I really enjoy your questions, and answering them is always such a pleasure, because ultimately the answers are all related to, it's Krishna who knows everything. The all knower is only Krishna, Ritika. Okay. So take care. Hare Krishna, all of you. Take care, and just do whatever you have to do nicely. Devote yourself to Krishna and stay focused. Be good. Bye. Hare Krishna.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna, ma'am.